Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I'd like to thank all those people who like my previous videos and subscribe to my channel. If you have not subscribed as of yet, you can just go down and click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get notified about my latest videos. So the topic for my new video today is the 5 best Hollywood movie franchises of all time in my opinion. Okay, so it's just my opinion, and before I start the list, I'll just like to name a few movie franchises which are very popular and really good in my opinion, but they just don't make my top 5 list. So these film franchises are Harry Potter, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Back to the Future franchise, the Godfather series, and of course the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So now I'll start the list. Number 1, which I think is the most obvious choice, the longest running Hollywood film franchise, James Bond. So this franchise tells the story, I think everybody knows the main plot of the series. It tells the story of British secret agent James Bond, also known as 007, and the various missions he embarks on. I think what makes this series so brilliant is I think it's one of the best action film series I have ever watched. Like, there are some action films which have great special effects and everything, great stunt choreographies, but at the end they do not have a great storyline and other things. But I think this is the action film franchise rather, which has everything you want. And there are 26 films in the franchise. There's one which is soon going to release, No Time to Die. And I think that the best film in my opinion in the entire franchise is GoldenEye. So number 2, Star Wars. Now this is one franchise which is extremely popular, although it is also polarizing. Some people consider it as one of the best movie franchises of all time, while there are some people who just hate it. So the reason many people hate it, I understand, it's because there are many films in this franchise and they are all too much interconnection. There's a lot of interconnection, there are a lot of characters, a lot of backgrounds. So, but it's still, in my opinion, I think these films are really great. And they also, like at the time of the release during the 1970s, they actually changed Hollywood with this new sci-fi genre. And I think that if there are some people I know who have heard that this franchise is really good but do not want to start watching it because of its length. There are so many films. I suggest that you should watch the first 3 films because they are great. And the best film in the entire franchise, in my opinion, is The Empire Strikes Back. And the basic synopsis of this entire film series is that it tells the story of the legendary battle between the Jedi and the Sith and the Skywalker family who get involved in this battle. Generations of Skywalker family, Anakin Skywalker, his son Luke Skywalker, and several other great characters. Number 3, The Man with the No Name trilogy, also known as the Dollars trilogy. Now this one is a bit uncommon, but I think this is one of the best film franchises of all time, and one of the reasons why I'm a bit biased about this one is that I really love cowboy films, and this one, particularly the last film in this trilogy, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, is considered to be, and not just considered by other people, I consider it to be the greatest cowboy film ever made. It stars Clint Eastwood in the lead role as a outlaw, a bounty hunter who has no name. He changes his name in every film, and it is directed by the great Sergio Leone, who you might know, you have watched his Once Upon a Time in America, a great gangster film. So I think this franchise will be loved by those people who particularly love cowboy films, because some other people might find it a bit slow and boring, but I think it's definitely worth checking out for any film fans. It's amazing. Number 4 is the Dark Knight trilogy. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that I have not included the Marvel Cinematic Universe on my list, and instead the other superhero franchise which I've included is the Dark Knight. So I think that really, like those who have watched the Dark Knight trilogy, they will understand that there is no other superhero film or film franchise which has been able to surpass the impact that the Dark Knight trilogy had, directed by the amazing Christopher Nolan and starring Christian Bale in the role of Batman. These films tell the story of Bruce Wayne, a billionaire who slowly becomes the vigilante come superhero Batman, and how he fights crime. But this is what makes it so different and so amazing, is that it's not that typical superhero film. It's also very dark with sympathetic villains and heroes who you might question that are they really that good, or are the villains actually the good people. Plus also everybody knows the performance of Heath Ledger as Joker in Dark Knight, which won him an Oscar, although he died playing the role. Anyways, but I think that this particular franchise is the best superhero franchise I've ever watched. And finally, number 5 on my list is the franchise which in my opinion is the best. So like, if you ever told me to choose one on these 5, I'll choose this one. And the franchise which I refer to is, of course, Steven Spielberg's The Indiana Jones franchise, starring Harrison Ford as Professor Indiana Jones, a professor of archaeology. It tells the story of how this person, Indiana Jones, embarks on several adventures from Egypt to India to several other places. And what makes this, like, I think the best movie franchise of all time is that it's so consistent. Like, there are 4 movies in the franchise: Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, and The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And all 4 are amazing, in my opinion. The best, if you ask me, is The Temple of Doom. But anyways, I think, and this is a franchise which everybody will love. It has action, it has adventure, it has romance, it has comedy, it has everything which you want from a good movie franchise. Plus, it has been directed by the great Steven Spielberg. So that's just a bonus. Anyways, guys, that was my list. Thanks for watching the video. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe. And you can also write down your thoughts in the comment section below. So thank you and bye bye.